Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rechaha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us this truth and rule well. And Shalom to the hopeful elect, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Barakatham. It's the brother Kazaf from the Minival 12 West Coast, coming back at it again with another lesson. All right, and the title of this lesson is going to be A Hot Summer for Ephraim. Okay, because, here it is, we're at the peak of summer, with temperatures, reaching 100 degrees. And you could only imagine how hot it gets out there, in Puerto Rico, which is located by the equator. It's basically the hottest regions in the world. You could only imagine how hot it gets for them. And here it is there, a massive fire and explosion, you know what I'm saying, in one of their power plants done made it to where, it is blackouts all across Puerto Rico. So now you have the island, majority of it that's without power, and you need power to keep your electricity and to keep your AC running, man. So it's gonna, the Lord is taking the comfort away from the tribe of Ephraim. All right, because that's who you so-called Puerto Ricans are. You are Hebrew Israelites of the tribe of Ephraim. All right, and that's just one of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, who consist of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, but this is all, the Lord is starting to turn the knob up for you so-called Latinos, man, because you are joined unto idols, man. All right, every time you turn on them Spanish, the Latin American TV channels, you always see the idols, man. You always see the idols. You got their TV shows. They're always reverencing idols. Like you got the Mayans. They reverence, the Virgin Mary, and they put a whole bunch of guns and bullets around. That's how they idolatrize her. If I'm not mistaken, that is the Virgin Mary. Could be some other, pagan deity. But these so-called Latinos are going off, man. All right, and Yahweh Shemal Shai is starting to judge them. Okay, he's starting to judge them. This may seem like, something pretty small, but it's pretty significant, man, because listen, man, I just had, today, I had to handle business. I'm in Southern California. It gets very hot up in here, and I had to handle business in a car with no AC on. All right, so when I saw this article, it just hit me like, yo, the Lord is taking the comfort away from the tribes, and he's going to further augment that, man. He's going to further augment that. And guess what? It's situations going on among all the tribes, man. All right, of you Latin Americans. All right, all you, northern tribes, you're going through something, man. You got Mexico, you got a whole cartel problem. You know what I'm saying? You got this one particular cartel, forgot the name of it, but they, you know what I'm saying? They wreaking havoc across to where, it's dudes that are, all they do is just, sit down by the window and record on their phone, and it sounds like it's a full-fledged war going on outside in the city, man. You got thousands of people, migrating out of cities to escape from the violence. The things of that nature is going on in Mexico. You got, you know what I'm saying, Puerto Rico, you Caribbean islands, man. All right, it's about to be hurricane season, man. All right, a hot summer and hurricane season. Okay, because Yahweh Shemal Shai has had enough, man. He's had enough. All right, South America, tribe of Asher, Naphtali. All right, you have a civil war, it seems, is about to pop off in Peru, which is a tribe, that the land which is inhabited by the tribe of Asher. All right, you got this one president, he's gaining a lot of popularity, and he wants to put Peru back in what's it called? Back into communism. Now, it's all politics, but politics play a big role in our countries, because it's these devils pulling strings and destabilizing them, man. So even though it seems like it's politics, it's really this devil, all right, putting in his agents to destabilize countries, and with that, further augment the curses and further, bring suffering to our people, man. All right, and because it's like a civil war is no joke, man. All right, you already got these communist groups, these anti-government groups popping up out of the woodworks, out there in South America. And brothers that are familiar with that, man, you know that was no joke, man. All right, that was no joke, man. That was that one group called the Shining Path. Hey, man, you look them up, man. They was killing, men, women, and children, man. Ain't no joke, man. But this is the product of Esau Edom, okay? Because he's out here tampering with our people, man. All right, his CIA, made the cartels. All right, he's the one responsible for the whole drug on war. He's the one behind the scenes. All right, and then you got the whole, political spectrum of whether it be communism, democracy. He got his hand in that as well. All right, and hey, this might seem like a stretch, but I wouldn't put it past him, to blow up these power plants, to mess with Ephraim, man. All right, this is you got to understand. This is the devil, man. He has a perpetual hatred for our people, and he does not want to see our people. He does not want to see our people thrive. He does not want to see our people rise up. It's very much like what happened in Black Wall Street. It's very much like what happened in Black Wall Street, where our people, you so-called Negroes, all right, were doing good in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in their community when segregation was in effect. And guess what? This devil, with his jealousy and his perpetual hatred, came and he burned down that whole city, man. All right, he burned down that whole city, try to keep it under the rug. Look, man, we know how this devil gets down, man. So we don't put none of this past him. All right, so I'm gonna play this video real quick. All right, to show you, man. This ain't no little thing, man. Look at that. Now, I can't really hear very well, but as you can see, that is no joke, man. That's no joke. Okay, it got, basically, let's read into the article a little bit. All right, so it reads, much of Puerto Rico has been left in darkness after a large blaze and an explosion knocked out a power plant in San Juan, the island's capital. So what a coincidence, right? You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, it seems like a stretch, but I wouldn't put it past this devil, man. You know what I'm saying? But either way, it's still judgment from on high. The Lord is taking away the comfort away. So like the Lord is taking the comfort away from the northern tribes, man. And guess what? Rightly so. Okay? Rightly so. Why? Because you are joined unto idols, man. All right, now let's bring that out. Let me see what precept it was. Okay, 4 and 17. So let's bring that out in the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 17. All right, temperature's rising, man. It's about to be Jacob's trouble. That's what that's what this is basically going to culminate to and climax into is Jacob's trouble, man. Where our people will need deliverance. Otherwise, they're going to perish. Okay, especially here in Babylon, man. That's going to get burned down by the missiles. But anyways, the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 16. For Israel slideth back as a backslidden heifer. Now Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will feed them as a lamb in a large place. So the Lord is going to, oh man, the Lord is going to bring judgments, man. That Jacob's trouble, it's called Jacob's trouble for a reason, man. You're going to be troubled in these times, man. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, y'all going to be troubled in these times, and it's for your stiff-necked and backsliding. All right, and for your idolatry, man, for your spiritual adultery. All right, your spiritual fornication, which is to go and go spiritually a whoring. And how do I put it to you? Going and worshiping other idols, man. So like, not other idols, but going and worshiping idols, man. All right, because Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai is not an idol, man. He just switch around to another idol. Nah, he is the living power, man. All right, so it's a little slip of the tongue right there, But verse 17, Ephraim is joined to idols. You see? Let him alone. All right, because like I mentioned, man, you don't turn on the channel. All you see is the Guadalupe idol. You see the Virgin Mary idol. It's all woman worshiping, man, and that seeps into their behavior, man. All right, that seeps into their behavior. That's why the so-called Latinos is the biggest simps, man. And I come from a Hispanic background. Even though I'm Southern Kingdom, I come from a Hispanic background, and it's just evident, and it makes sense. Look, they literally worshiping the Queen of Heaven. It's no wonder why they the biggest simps. But guess what? This truth is coming back into the elect, man. Because Yahweh Shema shall only reserve the remnant. All right. Verse 18, their drink is sour. They have committed whoredom continually. You see, her rulers with shame do love. Her rulers with shame do love. Give ye. All right. So that's man. That's just what it is, man. Her rulers. So let me read this again. All right. Their drink is sour. All right. Dealing with that wine, because like I mentioned, man, all these idols, all right, is it leads to lifestyles that's not righteous, and it's not conducive to living a righteous lifestyle in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Therefore, the wine they drink is sour, is polluted, man. You know, and it's self-destructive. Okay, it's self-destructive, man. It's not, being a simp it's not a good thing, man. All right, going and worshiping all these pagan idolatries. Now this is, goes into all the tribes, but all that is not is not, does not lead to a good, healthy, and peaceful lifestyle, man. All right, so it reads, they have committed whoredom continually. Okay, so that's talking about, again, the idols, all that idolatry, all that backsliding, and turning their backs on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is why the Lord got us under these curses. Okay, so that's what happened. Her rulers with shame do love. You see, so their drink is sour. They committed whoredom continually. Her rulers with shame do love, and that's ultimately talking about all the chief, Jakes, man, all the chief Israelites of all the tribes, man. But ultimately, this is focusing primarily on the tribe of Ephraim. All right, because look, man, you got the celebrities among Ephraim that are leading the northern tribe astray. The same way you got celebrities in the southern kingdom, the kingdom of Judah, that's leading the southern kingdom astray, man. All right, it's always it's basically a reflection of each other. Both sides is a reflection of each other, and at the same time, Yahweh Shem Shai is not pleased with this, man. That's why he finna destroy y'all, man. Verse 19, the wind hath bound her up in her wings, and they shall be ashamed because of their sacrifices. You see, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to bring destruction, man. All right, and at the end of the day, all these Jakes, all these Hebrew Israelites, I don't want to say Hebrew Israelite, like Elder Apostle Tahar said, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't deserve to be given that title, but all these so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, they're going to be ashamed in the end, man, because that's when the truth is going to be revealed. All them running around, going off, worshiping that Santa Muerte, that Virgin Mary, going into Santeria, and Ephraim is a big practitioner of Santeria. That's witchcraft, man. See, how about Shemi Shai? He's bringing darkness to the land, man. He's bringing darkness to the land. It's to the point. Let me go back to the article. Let me see. Right. So, okay. So let me read this little part right here. All right. So Spirit is 1044. 144. You know what I'm saying? But it reads, the Puerto Rican Capitol building was also left without power, forcing lawmakers to conduct official business in the dark. Yeah, how about Shemi Shai took the light away from you, man? Literally, man. All right, y'all in gross darkness, literally. All right, and that gross darkness represents all this filth that's emanating out of Babylon, emanating out of this world, basically. You know what I'm saying? With these different idols, all that filth that the tribes is going into, which leads to lifestyles of death, man. All right, perpetual desolation and death. Okay, and that's what's going to follow you so-called Latinos if you don't get your act together, man. All right, and it's gonna exclude us brothers in this knowledge, because look, man, we already, we already, you know what I'm saying, came into this truth. We're giving our sacrifices, man, and Lord willing, we're of that number. You know what I'm saying? We endure to the end, and we get delivered out of here, man. All right, as being the hopeful elect. Okay, but these so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans in the world, man, they don't get caught out there, man. All right. So let's bring a quick little precept. I don't want to make this too long, man. It's just a quick little article. Just hit one of these. All right, and it reads Second Esdras chapter 15. Or matter of fact, let's go to the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1. All right, and it reads, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of power, such as never was, since there was a nation, even to the same time. All right, even to that same time. So, yo, it's going to be a time of trouble, man. Jacob's trouble. Let's get that in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. All right, and I'm going to bring it out real quick. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, so it is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, I'm going to read this again. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it, because the times that's coming, Israel's going to catch a whole new level of hell, man. Yahweh Shem Shai is bringing a whole new can of whoop ass for you tribes, man. Okay, the Lord is bringing a whole new can of whoop ass for you tribes, because you still going off and you just waxing worse and worse and worse, man. It was a time in the ancient days where, you know what I'm saying, like for example, Yahweh Shai, when he was in the scene, all right, and you had them the wicked Pharisees, in their hypocrisy, wanting to stone that adulterous woman, for committing adultery. And Yahushua had spared her because, they were also, committing sins unto death as well. The Pharisees. It was a time when, the laws were how do I put it to you? Righteousness was basically enforced to a certain degree. It was a time when the laws were acknowledged. That's what I really wanted to say. The laws were acknowledged. All right. In general, like the law was acknowledged. We knew who we were. All right. We knew we weren't supposed to do certain things. And if people do them, what I'm saying? And us being under the Romans, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna, it may be consequences for that person, but it was generally frowned upon, so to speak, right? Nowadays, you got the whole nation of Israel, man. They just don't wax worse and worse. Completely went to the dark side, man. You hear music in English and music in Spanish talking about adultery, talking about killing your brother. Music in English, music in Spanish. Let that sink in. The Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom talking the same filth out of the mouth, man. Talking the same darkness, man. Talking the same wickedness. So therefore, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to open up a new can of whoop ass for them, man. All right? A whole new product. Jacob's trouble. A time like never before. All right? So let's go into the final part of this precept. It reads, but he shall be saved out of it. And who's that talking about? That's talking about the elect, man. All right? That's talking about the elect, and Lord willing, we're of that number. Okay, Lord willing, we're of that number. We get delivered out of here, man, because we do not want to be in we do not want to be in the Lord's bad side when all hell breaks loose, man. We want to be on the side where he delivers and he has mercy and shows mercy upon. All right, so let's go back to Daniel chapter 12 and 1. I'm gonna start from the top, and it reads, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. All right, so our people are going to be delivered. Okay, our people are going to be delivered, but not all our people are going to be delivered. All right, as the verse is about to as the verse is about to expound on that, it reads, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Okay, so everyone that's written in the book is talking about the elect. All right, 12,000 out of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, the elect. All right, they're gonna be the ones to get delivered, and Lord willing, we're of that number. All right. So verse 2, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. Nah, I believe that's going into something else, but anyways, All right, that's basically, to wrap up the lesson. I didn't want to make this too long, but I saw that, and the spirit, hit me because, today I had to go and handle business in a car without AC. And I had to sit in that traffic, all right, in the car without no AC. It wasn't comfortable, man. So when I saw that article, all right, when I saw this article right here, massive fire and explosion at San Juan power plant. All right, no power, no electricity. No electricity means no AC. Y'all, hey, Ephraim is gonna be uncomfortable out there, man. All right, and Yahweh Shemel Shai is only turning up the temperature, man. Yahweh Shemel Shai is only turning up the heat. Okay, so with that, I'm saying, call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai Ba'Shem Kudash. Forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. All right, Lord willing, Akim was edified. And knowing the times that we're in now, it's high time to awake out of sleep, especially so-called Latinos, man. Yo, what are you waiting for, man? All right, so with that, I'm going to say shalom on to the next.